Thanks a lot for coming in.
Good morning, happy to be here.
Something about this community appeals to you?
This is a wonderful place to live.
For Kelowna Now, this is Kent Mulgat. And we're joined by Shawn McLean from MTM Waste Solutions Canada. Thanks for coming in.
Thank you for having me.
So here in Kelowna, we've had some issues in the waste management sector lately that bubbled to the surface and made headlines, where we had a company saying, no, we can no longer take most of your recyclables at some of these multiple family residential buildings. And ultimately, I think that kind of went away, but it kind of highlighted waste collection and what people are paying and what services are provided, and got people thinking about it a little bit. So we got to talking with you. Mm-hmm. Overall, are we getting good service from our waste collection companies in general?
In general, I mean, nationally, the waste industry is a very unknown industry to most companies, businesses, managers. It's something that's a necessity for all businesses, but it's something that's very low cost on operation, so it's very much overlooked. Typically, managers will sign contracts with these waste companies that are very long-term, they're very one-sided, they're very hard to get out of, they're multiple years, and just over the years they increase and increase and increase. People change positions that have signed these contracts, and after years and years and years, typically I would say 80% of the market is probably paying 30 to 40% more than they really need to.
30 to 40%.
Yeah, in some cases we've seen it 50, 60%, 70% where it's increased over the years.
So I guess this is sort of one of the reasons why your company even exists. You don't own your own garbage collection trucks, but you can go from one city to another and basically find people who are haulers and reach out to customers and put people together in such a way that everybody's winning in that relationship.
Yeah, exactly. We're a waste management company. I don't like the word broker or consultant because we do a lot more than that. We work for our customers. We've built relationships with certain waste haulers across the country. We are a national company, and we use typically local, smaller companies where we understand the waste industry, we understand the rates where they should be, and these companies know that we understand it, so we get preferred rates. And because of the size of the company and the volume that we get them, so we try to pass those savings on to our customers. And like I said, we really work for our customers, not a waste hauler, and we do what's in the best interest of our customer, not the waste hauler.
So let's just double back here. If someone's watching this and they have a contract with some kind of waste company, you're saying they're probably paying 30 or 40% too much?
Most of the times, yes.
So where does that appear on their bill? Where does it increase? How does it get that far?
Typically, there will be numerous surcharges and fees that are applied to invoices. Most people don't enter into these agreements understanding the increases and the charges that are going to happen, because you wouldn't enter into a contract like this. And the rates just increase year after year after year after year. Of course, there are legitimate landfill increases, cost of operation.
Right.
But like I said, typically it's very one-sided for the waste companies.
And why are people allowing that to happen? I made an analogy with shopping around for a mortgage. 25 years ago, nobody really thought of doing that. They would just look up at the bank and see what the rate is and pay it, until people started realizing, hey, wait a minute, I can shop around. Is it the same with garbage and waste? People aren't really thinking about shopping around?
Exactly. The waste is not glamorous by any means, like I said, and it's garbage, so it's something that's typically behind a building. It's not seen, and these waste companies know this, and that's really what they, kind of modeled their business around, is something that's very much in the background. It's a small cost, as I said, typically to most companies' operations, so it's something that does get overlooked. Invoices just go to accounting and they get paid, and these companies understand this, and they just kind of increase the rates.
Okay, so you have just kind of settled into trying to build some relationships here in the Okanagan and Kelowna in particular. Are you ready to take business? Could someone call you up and say, well, yeah, let's see if we can save 30 or 40%?
100%. We're ready to go right now. We're operational in the city, and
But you don't have your own infrastructure, so you have to find haulers willing to.
we've built a relationship with a local hauler that's not in Kelowna, but is coming to Kelowna as of now because of MTM coming into Kelowna. So,
Boy, these established companies here must just hate to be hearing this.
they don't like us.
But so how deep does that run? I mean, there's nothing they can do to stop you from.
Not at all. I mean, like I said, we work for our customer, not waste haulers. So we do what's in the best interest of our customers, and that's really, the exciting thing what we do and the advantages we have for our customers, and where we provide cost savings. We are able to point out on invoices and contracts certain things that we feel may be questionable or not exactly fair.
Right. So as you get established here, will that likely bring downward pressure on what the other established companies are charging? Is that what you experience in other cities in Canada?
Yes, to some extent. I mean, there's just so much business. It's not the waste industry is not specific to any industry. It's everybody has waste. So they're just for the pure volume and businesses out there that generate waste. There's just so much of it. So yeah, I'm going to anticipate there'll be some pushback and some reductions of rates on certain customers, but it won't be across the board to everybody. It'll be, businesses that we start dealing with the waste companies will come back and try to lower their prices to maintain that business.
And you were saying before that you'll see one company paying X amount and another company paying Y amount, and often it's the company that's sort of been in place for a longer period of time with the customer that's paying the higher rate. Like it creeps up over time?
100%. Like I was saying before, you could have this restaurant here. He could be paying $200 a month for a service, and the other guy could be paying $2,000 a month for a service from the same company for the exact same service. The longer with a waste company, the more the rates increase and increase and increase. Like I said before, of course,
You're saying there's people that are paying multiple times more for the same service?
Yeah, we've seen it for years, and it's just not an isolated incident. It's a national.
So that's not just charging a little more. That really seems to fall into the category of blatant overcharging.
Customers sign these contracts. The contracts give these waste companies the ability to increase them for, as I said, there is, actual increases in landfill and operations costs and fuel costs.
But there's certainly something that someone could look pretty critically at if they're paying multiple times for the same service. That is pretty remarkable. So, I guess that's what gives a company like yours an opportunity to exist. There's certainly some, an opening there for someone to come in and say, whoa, we can arrange to have your garbage hauled. You don't need to pay $2,000 a month.
Well, exactly. And we actually take the time with our customers. We look at different options for, recycling, reusing, how to divert certain things from the landfill. Most waste companies don't take the time to really get to know their customers and what they do and spend the time reviewing their waste streams, and that's one of our strong points is what we do.
The other area that we're probably going to see some change in is the compostable element of our garbage. So a lot's been made of the garbage, and then you got the recyclables. But are we going to be seeing that third bin?
Yeah, that's one thing we're really excited about. Is we're going to be introducing organics recycling program to the community. We're very excited about that, and that should be operational by January the 1st. So.
January the 1st, and that would be available here
in Kelowna. Yes.
Right. And is there any benefit if a company haulers roll up to the landfill site and they've got it sorted into 3 bins instead of just 2? Is there any sort of benefit to the company? Is there any sort of is the compostables free for?
Well, there'll be obviously a collection charge for it and a disposal charge. It won't be nearly the cost of landfill.
I'm just wondering if there's an incentive.
100%. What it does, for example, restaurants, the majority of their waste is food waste.
Right.
Waste for the waste haulers, when they pick up the containers, it's not volume based, it's weight based. So when you take that weight out of a container, the cost should go down because it's a lighter container. So, and it's less frequency that the container is picked up. So it will be less expensive for the customer at the end of the day.
All right. Well, there's some opportunities for a lot of businesses to save money then in this area.
Exactly.
You know.
Yeah, we're very excited to come into to Kelowna and be part of the community and see what we can do to help customers.
Terrific. Well, thanks for filling us in.
Thank you very much.
Shawn McLean from Waste Solutions Canada, right? MTM. Did I get it right? MTM Waste Solutions Canada.
got it.
And thank you for watching Kelowna Now.